none of this will be remembered because this was a horrific night for the opposition party, regardless of how well she just spoke. It started out with Al Green getting thrown off the House floor because he couldn't keep his emotions under control. Then they had the ridiculous paddles, which now social media is roasting.
That you said false on one side and
ridiculous.
Elon on the other.
Finally, and maybe most terribly, the Democrats who couldn't find it in their heart to stand for objectively good things, including the 95-year-old mother of Mark Fogel and Mark, who got rescued from a Russian prison, and they couldn't even stand up for that. I thought Democrats came into this speech lost and defeated by Donald Trump, and today it looks to me like they're even more lost and even more defeated than when this speech
Things
started.
just got extremely bad for the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen. We have some huge updates here from Trump's speech last night, and 76% of the people who watched it, including Democrats, Republicans, Libertarians, Independents, all 76% approve of Trump's speech. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not looking good as Nicole Wallace of MSNBC is in huge trouble. I got to show you what she said that literally is just made Democrats look extremely bad. So Democrats don't even have a leader. Let me ask you guys a question. Who is the leader of the Democrats? And have you ever voted Democrat before? Because I know a lot of Democrats right now that they don't support Trump. They don't support his agenda, but they are very disappointed in their party, and things are beginning to get worse. It's becoming a nightmare. And I have a video here real quick just to get this thing started of Tim Walz absolutely not even know. He doesn't even know who the party leader is. Usually there's always somebody that rises and that they can count on to be the leader of the Democrats. But even Tim Walz, who allegedly is running for president in 2028. I hope he does, because they will lose even worse. Here's what he had to say about the party leader that's supposed to be leading the Democrats into 2028. Take a listen.
Sir, who do you think the leader of the Democratic Party is right now?
I think the voting public right now is what I would say, and I keep telling that. We're not going to have a charismatic leader ride in here and save us from this. And I would argue that the Tea Party, as it arose out of the ACA, well, where was that charismatic leader? It was John Boehner and Mitch McConnell, and a whole bunch of angry folks at town halls that had members of Congress like myself answering questions. So when people are looking around, where's the leaders or whatever, they are going to organically step up. And what I said our job is, of people who do have power to enact things, we damn sure better be doing it. Yeah. And we better be out there standing alongside them. That's what we need to do.
The one thing I would...
What does that even mean? They're parading Tim Walz as he doesn't even know who the party leader is. I guess they're looking for him to be the party leader and speak up for Democrats. But yeah, good luck winning another election. And speaking of winning another election, here's Donald Trump making a huge announcement about what happened yesterday, where the Democrats literally did not stand up for the mother of Jocelyn. They didn't stand up for the 13-year-old kid, DJ, with cancer. They didn't stand up for Lake and Riley. I mean, Democrats literally didn't stand up for anything except for Ukraine. That's crazy. So Donald Trump here, he makes an announcement on Truth Social. He says Democrats should lose the midterms based on their behavior last night and in the joint Congress address. All Republicans must use their behavior on men and women's sports, their very dangerous open border policy, high energy and taxes, and much else. Also, Republicans should utilize the footage provided on the total disrespect they showed to all of those that were honored that night, including the young ladies who were killed by illegal immigrants, people with terminal cancer, etc. So again, Donald Trump making it pretty obvious that he believes that they should use this to campaign on these people not winning anything in the midterms. They didn't even have the common courtesy to stand, smile, or applaud. This could be, on analyzing the full tape of this historic event, your full campaign to victory again. In other words, Republicans can take what happened last night and win any race in the country. Good luck. That's what Trump is saying. But it gets even worse for Democrats, ladies and gentlemen. I want to play this video here by Dan Bongino, who is a deputy officer of the FBI now. I think he goes into office, if I'm not mistaken, into the Trump administration on March 17th. So he's still doing his daily shows, but he said something here very important that I want to play about Nicole Wallace of MSNBC. It was Guys, what she said was absolutely crazy. Again, this just goes to show where Democrats are at. They don't even know who their leaders are. They're getting cooked. They're cooked. And what they did and what they said about DJ last night, ladies and gentlemen, you got to take a listen to this.
Back to the show. This is one of the worst moments I have ever seen in the media in response to Donald Trump, recognizing a 13-year-old with brain cancer. This is an analogy you never make. Check this out.
And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Folks, do you understand the level of derangement you have to have and the hatred for Donald Trump? Excuse me, to take from a story of a 13-year-old with brain cancer having his moment as an honorary Secret Service agent. He's not going out there protecting the president. They didn't issue him a firearm last night. It was obviously meant to be a lighthearted moment to celebrate this young man and his battle with this potentially and sometimes likely terminal disease. He's 13. And you took out of that let me see. You're on the show. You're like, what do my viewers at MSNBC want to hear tonight? I've got an idea. You ever hear Jesse Waters' joke on the 5 where he says permission to make an analogy? They do that because the running joke is analogies can go wrong really quickly. They can. And you got to kind of be careful on the air. You don't make light of something. So that's kind of where that comes from. Give you a little inside baseball. Nicole should have asked the same question. Permission to make an analogy here to January 6th. And I think even the crazies over there would have been like, I can tell you for sure, Guy and Mike will be like, they'd be behind the scenes like,
I was just saying that we want to go to ad or something.
yeah, Guy would be like, did you sleep well last night? Like, how are your eye? Do you need an eye cream? Guy would stop he may even cut out of the show. There are things you just don't do. This is a young man at 13 who's been through a tragedy in his life. Your viewers, look at this. There's the picture. I mean, you got director Curran. Just enjoy it. You think that sorry, guys. I can't imagine watching this program on MSNBC and thinking, I really hope somebody makes a January 6th analogy. Like, what? Oh, my gosh. They have this title, You Just Don't Hate the Media Enough. I guess not in this case. I can't imagine a worse moment. I don't care about Nicole Wallace. I don't do media boycotts. It's a waste of everybody's time. Just telling you, if someone at NBC doesn't call her up and be like, you really need to apologize, I would be astonished. It's just a terrible moment.
Yeah, terrible moment for the Democrats. That was really bad. Again, Rachel Maddow went off. All these people, they keep going off, and people have detached themselves from the media. Look, maybe some of you guys still watch these shows. I don't watch the mainstream media. I barely watch Fox. Fox is fun sometimes. I can't lie. Jesse Waters is hilarious. Greg Gutfeld's hilarious. The 5, hilarious. They give great insight here and there, but I do believe that most of Americans are watching Fox News more than they're watching the mainstream liberal media because they're just done and tired with it. And the election really exposed that they're just liars about the fact that they were winning, about the fact that Trump can't win. It's like people just got tired of that. They got tired of hearing that. And so you see the way they make fun of this kid on the social media, not NBC in this moment, but if you look at social media and you look at most of those left-wing accounts, they're laughing. They're saying some really horrendous things about this kid. So again, it's just unforgivable stuff. It's just so wild to me. I look, it all started here. Melody Stansbury, right? Congresswoman says this is not normal. Trump is coming out. He's greeting people. He's making his presence there, about to, go into the podium to go speak. And she's saying this is not normal. But when you look at the Democrat women, right? Apparently, these are the women fighting for other women, and they're saying that Trump betrayed them. But when you look at the facts and you look at the bill they just voted against, which is boys playing in women's sports, and they're voting against these bills that are for women and to protect women's sports and to protect women's integrity. They're the ones voting against it. Again, I, being someone from the Bronx, New York, being someone that didn't grow up in politics, being someone, I never would have imagined that this is the way things would end up at me being 28 years old. I never thought that the party that was once beloved by so many people and still loved by many would do this. This is the way they're going about dealing with Trump. And it just, I just can't associate myself with this anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it was years ago. I've been doing this type of content for a while now. And look, you may have your disagreements with Trump. I do. I know I do. Some people do. But that's what this is all about. It's what's best for the American people. What's best for the American people is to band together. There was a moment, again, I said this last night, watching this, it's like, whoa, Trump is literally calling for a unison. He's literally calling to band together with Democrats. Democrats did not stand not one time. But yet, they're on TV making analogies about J6 and a kid with cancer. I mean, it's absolutely insane to me that this is the way they're crashing out. They're literally crashing out. They're walking out. They're making scenes. They're making shows. But the poll numbers are out. Poll numbers show Donald Trump's approval is just really strong right now. People know that he's only been there for 45, 46 days. They know that they have a whole 4 years to go, while he maintains his presidency. And do you guys think that Democrats have a chance at winning any more midterms right at this moment? I don't think they're going to have a pleasant way. It used to be that Republicans couldn't win, but I think that Democrats are about to face that same thing until they can get a leader. But they don't even have a leader. They have Tim Walz parading, saying that there is no leader. We don't know who the leader is. We need to get along. It's like it's crazy to see that this is the way Democrats have basically lost their party. They don't even know what they stand for anymore. Oh, make sure to smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts on this. Who have you voted Democrat before? What are your thoughts on the party now? Have they lost their way? Again, are you a first-time Trump voter? Did you vote for Trump not because you like him, but because of these policies that literally affect you on your daily life? What is it? Because there's many things that you can go with, and I think that a lot of people don't want to have these conversations, and I think we should. I think as Americans, we should 100% have these conversations. So again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.